What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I will apologize ahead of time if the quality of this is a little also, my voice might be a little off too. Been fighting an illness for the past week. Don't know exactly what it is, but it seems like I'm on the upside of it now, so we'll get some stuff done on the car. We went ahead and we took off the strut braces. I won't mind this wiring mess. It's all going to be covered up when I'm done here. But we're going to do the injectors today. So we're going to have to take off this piece here, and then this injector cover, and then that side over there. I think we're going to start with the passenger side first because everyone says it's the hardest, and I'd rather just get it out of the way. I just want to go ahead and throw it out there. This is in no way a how-to tutorial, step-by-step guide. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is my first time ever installing injectors into a car. Just like everything else I've done with this car has been my first time. So it's just kind of learning as I go. You can basically call me a certified YouTube mechanic. If it's on YouTube, I'll look it up. I'll find out how to do it, and that's about it. Just like you guys probably do as well. So definitely don't rely on me to do this with your own cars. Definitely look up some other videos. There's going to be some other guys out there that kind of know what they're doing and have the gist and have done this more than I have. You're just kind of here along for the ride. If I screw up, and you get to see the documented process. So we're going to go ahead and start the car up, let the fuel run out, get the fuel out of the lines, and then we will start taking out the injectors. All right, just to show you guys as well, before I get ahead, I need to take out this 20 amp fuse. If you go to your fuse box, you're going to see here this 20 amp says F/PMP. That's your fuel pump. That's the one you want to take out. So, got these nifty little tools here. Grab hold of that. And then pull that right out. We're going to set that aside for now. All right, now we're going to start the car. If it starts, turn it off. Try to start it again. If it don't start, that means you're good to go. All right, so we got the fuel out of the lines. That means we're good to start. And what I mean by getting the fuel out of the lines is really the pressure. There's still going to be some fuel in there. So if you have to take a line off or take the injector off, you might get squirted a little bit. Shouldn't be anything too bad though. Like I said, it's not pressurized anymore, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem. Just to put this out there, the injector module that's on the side of the fuel rail cover is the most pain in the ass thing that I've ever done, and I hope the rest of the install is not like that. The two top bolts, completely fine. What I struggled with was the bottom bolt actually getting a socket down in there to with my gorilla fingers and actually get that loose. So that was a struggle, but we finally got it, and now we're moving on to getting the fuel rail cover off. Yay! Alright, so now that we have that cover off, here is the fuel rail. We got two injectors. Looks like there's only 2 bolts, so shouldn't be too hard to get this off. And hopefully we don't make a mess. Alright, so now we got the fuel rail out. That's what it looks like. You're going to see the size of these injectors are quite the difference. So here's the new 1050X's, and there's a stock injector. I mean, that's
Definitely not gonna have no fueling problems, that's for sure. So we're gonna pop this other one out. And then these ones will go back in. Let me open up another one here. Before we actually go any further, on your stock injectors, there are gonna be like little like seals kind of, that's inside where your injector goes. Usually fits in like that. Sorry, I'm trying to focus my best I can here. All right, there we go. I'm no longer a YouTuber, so I don't really have great auto-focusing equipment because I love Panasonic. Anyways, you're just going to make sure you take that out of the port. Something like, you know, these little pair of tweezers work just fine. Make sure those are out or else your new injectors are not going to go in. So now, before we install the new ones, we're going to pick up a little pack of grease. You can get these at AutoZone anywhere. Just dielectric grease. And you're going to want to put this on the O-ring of the new injectors. I'm just going to kind of rub that in there. Make sure that's all nice and greased up. And then we can shove these back in here. Not too rough, just nice and easy. And make sure that O-ring stays in there. It's going to be a nice tight fit, just like that. And that's ready to go back in the car. One more thing too, whatever injectors you order aftermarket are likely going to come with these adapters. Make sure you put those on, make sure they click all the way in, okay? Just make sure those have a nice connection in there. And then we can start shoving these back in the port. Alright, so those are in, plugged in. Now it's time to get the fuel rail covers back on here. I couldn't find my torque wrench. I could not find the torque specs. So we just tightened them up about as tight as they were when I took them off. And now we're good to get the cover back on there and start buttoning this side back up. That side's all buttoned up. That bolt under that injector module is such a pain in the ass. But it's done. That side's done. I'm going to pray to God it doesn't leak, because if it leaks, I'm probably just going to sell the car because I don't want to touch it again. But we're about to start on the driver's side now. It's supposed to be a whole lot easier, so let's just hope it is. Yep. And we'll get this injector installed and done, and then it's flex fuel time. So let's get to it. So quick notice, the fuel rail cover on the driver's side is actually much harder to get out than the passenger side. Passenger is hard because you have the injection module there, but this thing, there's like no room to take it out with all the fuel lines and everything. I actually went ahead and disconnected one. Don't think it necessarily made anything easier, but it's the line I had to disconnect anyway for the flex fuel kit. But I mean, that's out of the way. Now I guess I have a little bit more room to work there. But, damn, these fuel rail covers, dude. I might see if I can find a pair of aftermarket eventually, and maybe a little bit better to get to and looks better. I don't know. Now, also that injector furthest to the front. I don't know if you can see me or not, I'm sorry. But if you take like a screwdriver or something, kind of push that out of the way, and it's going to reveal this bolt a little bit easier. It's going to be easier to get to, so I definitely recommend moving that out of the way. Just make things a little bit easier on yourself. Here's those seals I was talking about left over from the stock injectors. Just kind of want to pick those out. Just like that. Make sure you don't leave them behind. Alright, so finally after a long, what I think was a couple hours at least, it wasn't really that bad. Like I said, some of the stuff is kind of hard to get to. And when I get my base map, I'll fire it up. Hopefully everything's all good to go. Everything looked good, everything was nice and snug, so I have pretty high hopes. Now we're going to tackle this flex fuel kit, so that's going to be all for today. So I'll be seeing you guys next time when we're installing the Visconti flex fuel kit. We'll be dumping 5 gallons of E85 in the car just to get moving. Hopefully get the EQ Tech up sometime soon. Get that base map from Zach Tucker, and we're going to be good to go. So as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.